Hello everyone, how are you all doing? I am doing so fine. I'm in this kitchen getting ready to make some turkey and macaroni soup. I'm going to be using ground turkey. We're not at Thanksgiving yet, so I don't have the leftover turkey to use. So I'm going to be using ground turkey. I have some Nature's Promise ground turkey here, and I'm going to be adding some mixed vegetables, some macaroni, some diced tomatoes, some beef broth, and some TLC. And it's gonna turn out so well, so well, so well. So I've never really been a ground turkey kind of person, but of late, you know, I've been kind of eating it, and it's actually really delicious. Like once you give it a chance, you love it. I have some lean ground turkey here, so I'm just gonna do like 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, nothing special. I don't need to do olive oil and all that kind of stuff. Olive oil is so pricey. I treasure my olive oil. I save that for my toasty, cheesy, thick, crusty bread that I like to make. But anyway, I'm gonna be going in with this ground turkey. It's just 1 pound of ground turkey. I'm just gonna brown it. And I have 16 ounces of frozen mixed vegetables. It's just peas, carrots, green beans, and corn. And I made my own beef broth. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. And then I have a half a cup of just elbow macaroni and some seasonings. I'm gonna tell you about the seasonings I'm gonna use in a minute. So let me just go ahead and go in with this ground turkey. Okay, put that there. And I'm just cooking this over kind of like a medium-high heat. On my stove, I'm putting it on number 7. It goes from high, then 7 down to low. I'm just gonna do number 7. And I'm not gonna make my turkey too fine. Like I don't want the crumbles to be too fine. Because I don't want my ground turkey to look like it's been put through a food processor. So, you know, I'm just gonna break it up, you know, some kind of like the consistency of how you would do your ground beef if you were making tacos at home. Not at Taco Bell, because that's a different story. Their beef is kind of like a paste almost. I don't want a pasty type of consistency here. So, actually I'm bumping that up to number 8. It's between the high and the number 7. And so my beef broth, okay. I'm just using beef Maggi cubes. They are so the bomb, so delicious. An international friend of mine, actually she was from Dominica, she turned me on to the beef Maggi cubes like a decade ago. And so 1 beef Maggi cube gives you 8 ounces of broth. So I have 2 beef Maggi cubes in here, 16 ounces of water. And the recipe calls for not 2 cups of broth, but 1 3/4 cups. I'm just gonna go ahead and do 2 cups of broth. By the way, the recipe, I got this recipe, I'm tweaking it of course, but I got it from A Taste of Home. I have a cookbook from A Taste of Home that my sister-in-law gave me like around 2010, 2009. I promise you that's like the best cookbook I've ever had, because the recipes in there are so easy peasy. The recipes don't call for ingredients that you're not gonna just already have in your house. And with food prices being what they are, you don't wanna have to go out and spend a lot of money on all the different ingredients. So I just have very few ingredients here. And you know, you can always tweak stuff, whatever you're making, you can always tweak it and throw in whatever you want in there. You don't always have to go by a recipe. I mean, you know what you like, you know what your family likes, right? So anyways, the flavor of the Maggi beef cubes, next level. I love the flavor. And I always go in with some type of pepper also. Someone else is going to be enjoying this with me later. So I'll put just a few pepper flakes in there. Some people just can't do peppers. I love peppers. So I'm just gonna do a few pepper flakes in the recipe. And then when I sit down to eat it, oh, I'm gonna go in with some heat, okay? And I'm using the Hunt's diced basil, garlic, and olive oil, canned tomatoes. If I had fire roasted tomatoes, I would use that. Any kind of stewed tomatoes, whatever you like. You can use the plain kind, low sodium, whatever you want. Honestly, it's whatever you have in your pantry. Most people have some kind of tomatoes, canned tomatoes or tomato sauce in their pantry. Just using old school store brand elbow macaroni. Again, that's half a cup. And store brand mixed vegetables. And for the seasoning, I am using a combination of the Maggi cube. Let me show you all that. Okay, it's a beef Maggi cube. That's the wrapper. So I have one crushed beef Maggi cube in here, along with a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, and some black pepper. Not too much of any of those, okay? And I'm just gonna lightly sprinkle that on. Let me go ahead and do it now. Hold on. Just gonna lightly sprinkle. I'm not gonna use the whole Maggi cube. So this is pretty much about a half a Maggi cube that I'm sprinkling in here, along with a little garlic powder, onion powder, and black pepper. I don't want to use too much of the seasoning because everyone knows that beef broth is already salty unless you're using the low sodium or sodium free. Hunt's has plenty of sodium in it generally, unless you're using, of course, low sodium. So everything in America has a lot of salt on it, right? So I'm just trying to not go overboard with the salt, because then I don't want to have to dilute it with water, you know? So this is looking pretty good. It didn't take me too long to cook this turkey. We're gonna call that done. Okay, what was that? Maybe about 6 or 7 minutes. And this is the consistency of the ground turkey. Okay, now I was going to drain this, but because I'm using a very lean ground turkey, there's no oil in the pan. So we're good on that. Very good on it. Okay. Now, we're going to go in. I'm going to turn the stove down to a medium low. So for me, that's number 3. And we're going to go in with our mixed vegetables. Okay, the whole 16-ounce bag of mixed vegetables. Yum, delish. I'm going to go in with my broth, okay? Lovely. I use the whole 2 cups of broth, okay? Taking the temperature back up to a medium, not a medium low, but a medium, because I do want this to come to a simmer. Just stirring that up in there. I'm going to go ahead and add in the entire can of my tomatoes along with the juice. Okay. Get all of that goodness in there. Okay. Stir that up a bit. And really, outside of the macaroni and a little additional seasoning if I need it, this is gonna be it, okay? But I have to put some pepper in here, just a little bit of cayenne. It just wouldn't be right if I didn't, okay? So I got this going on a medium heat. Just want to bring it to a simmer. And then we're gonna throw in that half a cup of macaroni, elbow macaroni. Get it simmering, put a lid on it, put it on low, let it cook for about 8 to 10 minutes, and boom, that's gonna be done. That'll be all she wrote. And I'm going to have just a very wonderful soup. I'm probably gonna have some cheesy garlic toast with this. I do have crackers. I broke down and bought some crackers, which I haven't done in so long because, you know, for me, I buy them for one meal and then they kind of languish in the pantry for weeks or even months and they go bad. But I broke down and bought a box of Zesta crackers. So I might have that with this soup. I mean, it's cold outside, you know. When you think of cold weather, you do think of hot tea, you think of soup, you know, you think of hot chocolate, comfort foods, right? And so I will probably go in with some type of buttery garlic toast with this because I just love it. Me and bread, we're like this, we're here. We love each other. I love bread, love bread. So this is just simmering, okay? Starting to come to a simmer. So we're gonna have to wait, I'm thinking 2 or 3 minutes. It'll get going. Cover it with a lid. Go on about my business for about 8 to 10 minutes. Come back and check on it. I'm sorry, after I throw in the macaroni. So I'm gonna wait for this to simmer and then I'll be right back with you all. Okay, so as you can see, my mixture here has begun to simmer. Okay, it's looking kind of good. I'm going to go ahead and go in with the macaroni there. I have a little bit more broth there. So basically I've used 3 Maggi cubes with 3 cups of water. And that broth there has the garlic powder, onion powder, and black pepper. And I'm also gonna go in with some of this. I cannot resist. And I'm gonna have that Texas toast there along with it, okay? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go in with the 1/2 cup of elbow macaroni, okay? I did use a measuring cup for that too, by the way. This is looking and smelling so wonderful. Okay, got that going. I do have the additional broth here. Let me just go ahead and put this in there because I got a feeling I'm gonna need it. You know, like I said, you always want to just tweak your recipes just to make them their own, you know? Make them your own. Because you know how you like your stuff, you know? Okay, let's hit it with some cayenne pepper. So many times, I can't tell you how many times I've confused my cayenne pepper with my cinnamon, and I've gone in with cinnamon instead of cayenne pepper and vice versa. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna say I put in about 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne, possibly a half. It doesn't matter. The spicier it is, the better for me. This is boiling. I have it at a low boil here. Okay. I'm gonna put the lid on it. Set my timer for 8 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna set my timer for 9 minutes. I'll just use my microwave timer. Okay, here we go. Oh, this smells so wonderful. I'm so glad that I went ahead and I did it, you know? I did it. Okay, here we go. Y'all see how this looks? Looks amazing. Put a couple of scoops in here. Okay. Some of that awesome broth. Very, very flavorful broth, okay? And then we're gonna go in with some of this wonderful mozzarella toast, okay? There's one piece. Here's the other piece, okay? We're going to hit this with some of this Fox Point seasoning, okay? This has salt, shallots, chives, garlic, onion, and green peppercorns. We're gonna put that, a little bit of that on our toast, okay? And boom, there we go. A little bit of garlic powder. And y'all, that's dinner. That's dinner. And it looks absolutely amazing. Okay, everyone, I want to thank you so much for watching my video today. Y'all go and make some turkey soup. Okay, let me try this, okay? You know what? This would be good with some Parmesan sprinkled on top as well. I'm telling you, this is one of those meals that make you want to say life is good. One more taste, y'all. So delicious. Bravo. Take a little sip of my Sprite. Once again, thank you so much for watching my video. Until next time, you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all next time.